Welcome to Two of These People Are Lying, a simple quiz show about talking about what we've just learned and lying about what you haven't. This is our first episode and we're playing with the format to see if it's something you enjoy, so hopefully you do enjoy it. This week on the show I've got three guests who are going to try and navigate this minefield of truth and lies. First up, don't know how to understate this, but we've got someone from the internet phenomenon that is Top Grumps. Kris, welcome.
Alright.
Taking time away from a busy Twitch stream, Sonbons.
Hello.
And since it's the first episode, booking guests was pretty difficult, so we've just got my brother-in-law, Coxy.
Yo!
Before we get started... Thanks, everyone. Before we get started, this is a game show about learning new things, and they say that you learn something new every day, so I'll just ask you, has anyone learnt anything new this week?
I have learned something today. I don't know how true it is, but I've been playing a game which had a character who and said, you can't scream without a tongue. And I asked chat if that was even true, and someone Googled it and said, actually, no, Google states that without a tongue, you can't scream. What are your thoughts?
Screaming like comes from your stomach, like your diaphragm, right? You're like, ah! You don't like, ah! You don't, you don't do that.
Helen Keller had a tongue, didn't she?
Yeah?
I think she did, mate. A scream could just be as simple as like, which you could do tongue or no tongue. It would sound different, but you wouldn't need the tongue to make a noise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, anybody else learn anything cool this week?
Oh, like the pistachios have why am I pointing at the screen?
You point at the screen because you've just read it, you animal.
Pistachios, the closed ones, have little worms in them. Who cares? They taste nice anyway, so...
That's horrifying.
I mean, you will eat worms, but you won't eat mushrooms.
You went straight for the jugular there, like Sonia. You were just like... Oh, worms are fine, but mushrooms, eh?
I love mushrooms.
When I cook your tea...
He doesn't let me cook with mushrooms. I love mushrooms.
They're just like slimy and...
But worms are fine.
Yeah,
I think you're cooking them wrong.
Okay, anybody else before we move on?
Yeah, back on the worms, right? To check if a child has worms, what you need to do is put a bit of sellotape over their anus when they sleep, and in the morning you take the tape off, and you'll be able to see the worms, because they come out at night.
What the fuck? What? Okay, right. I'm going to have to rethink this segment, because, like, I've got two worm facts, and did you know you can't scream? How this game works is that one of us will be selected to sit out for a little bit and the remaining players will each read a unique article from Wikipedia. After the players have read their articles, the articles will be put into a hat and one of those three is drawn by our fourth player. Every player must then tell us what that article is about, but only one of them knows the truth. The truther will have to recite what they've only just read, the other two will have to bluff and lie their way through it. Alright, so we'll start with me. So our first article is Nixie. And it says in brackets, folklore. So that narrows it down a little bit. So, who we start with? I'm going to start with Mushroom Boy, Coxy. Who is Nixie?
So Nixie in folklore is a little pixie. Nixie the pixie. Who
Got you.
visits children in the night.
All right. We'll come back to that. Sonia?
Nixie is it's Norwegian folklore, and it is believed to have been connected to nature. So when people are free walking and hiking, as they do a lot in Norway, if they ever get lost or stranded, the idea is that Nixie will guide them the way back.
Right. Okay. And Kris, finally.
Yeah, it's a German folklore person thing. Water sprite, humanoid. If you walk past, it'll grab you.
Oh, right. Oh, fuck no. Okay, so choices are: is it a pixie who visits children in the night? Is it a Norwegian guide, or is it a German water sprite? So I'm going to come back to Coxy because I'm curious why is Nixie grabbing these children? What's the deal?
Not grabbing them, just visiting and make sure that they have a peaceful night's sleep. It's mainly a Croatian thing, so I don't know.
Oh, right. I mean,
obviously.
Croatian. I'm sure it would be more peaceful if it didn't come in their gaff and like bother them.
If kids are having nightmares, whatever, Nixie the pixie turned up and was like, chill out.
I'm gonna go back to Kris. Is it just any body of water, or was it like one area of? What did you say it was?
Very, very particular.
Is it Germany?
Yeah, German streams. It just doesn't like people around its gaff for that.
Right. I was thinking like
grab you, pull you under, kill you.
Get out my gaff.
With a German accent though.
Yeah, I don't know why I did.
Get out my gaff. So
I'm
no.
going to count to 20. And then I want you out of my gaff.
Sonia, get the guide from Norway. What? You're gonna have to elaborate on that. Like, it's obviously some kind of spirit.
I don't know if it's a spirit. It's just a belief they have. I think that it's connected to like things that have happened where people have found like a marker or being like, oh, actually, I do know where I am, or like, you know, a light is shone in a certain way, and they've realized, oh, like, and they'll thank Nixie because it's kind of the story, it's the guide, it's the forest guide. Superstitious, I guess you could say.
Right. Okay. I just want to bother Coxy some more because I just think it's so insane. What you're saying is so great. A Croatian pixie who visits children when they're having a nightmare to help them sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
What? How does Nixie do this? Does he like go up to the kids? Does he like
just touches the little foreheads? Like, it doesn't wake them up or anything, you know.
Well, I don't think it's Coxy somehow. I'm not convinced. I also weirdly don't think it's Sonia, and I feel like everyone watching's like he's throwing for content. I think Kris is telling the truth. All right, who is it? I'm locked in, Kris.
It's me.
Yeah, so it is actually German.
Yeah.
Fucking get it.
It's
Excellent. Oh, well, hey, thinking on your feet. It was enough to throw us off, but I just thought Sonia's was, when I see the light in the forest, I'm like, oh, thanks, Nixie. I'm like, who does that? It's like...
Don't be dissing on Nixie, the forest guy.
Nixie.
It's a real thing.
Cheers, Nixie. Cheers, big man. Nixie. Big man, Nixie.
Down for Nixie.
So next up, Sonia's going to be the one investigating us. Sonia, take it away.
I am. And the article following submissions that has been chosen is Urban Griot. So, Urban Griot, I'm going to go to you first, Joe. Do you want to tell me what Urban Griot is?
Yeah, it is a jazz album.
Okay. Short and sweet. Nice, Thank you. Kris, what is Urban Griot?
It's a Dulux shade of paint.
Nice, okay. And Coxy, what is Urban Griot?
It is a meet that happens every year with the biker club.
Okay.
I for some reason thought when you said meat that you were going to go into like, you know,
like actual like
bacon or like beef. Yeah, it is a type of meat. Okay, like so it's like an urban biking club. Okay, so Joe, you said it was a jazz album.
That's right. Yeah.
Is it the name of the album or is it the name of the band?
It's the name of the album. The name of the artist who produced the album was Billy Taylor.
And Kris, you said it's a brand of Dulux paint, so it's one of the random shade names they give stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be hard to ask you questions about shades of Dulux paint. How many questions can I ask?
What does it smell like?
When you first pop that lid, what's the texture and consistency of the paint?
I can tell you what colour it's similar to.
Yeah, what kind of colour is it?
Aubergine sunset.
Okay. Wait, so what colour's an aubergine? Is that it's like a greeny purple colour?
It's the like penis emoji that people use on text.
Okay, yeah. Coxy, it's a link to a meet that happens once a year what do they?
in America, because like obviously you've got the biking clubs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Every year they'll choose a city to have a meeting, and that's
Okay.
why it's called urban. I don't understand. I don't know where the second part comes from. But
That's fine. No,
obviously
that-
bikers are just random, you know what I mean?
My question was, because I didn't actually ask the question yet.
Yeah.
No.
Too much.
You've given away too much. No, my question was, do they meet to talk or do they actually go on bike rides together? Like, what is it? Just like a meeting of minds or?
to get pissed, obviously.
Oh. So
To carry out the organised crime. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, Joe, you're Billy Taylor. So do you know where the G came from or why he decided to put that as the title of his album?
From what I read, it had something to do with education and how education would stop people from becoming delinquents in the street, and that's because Billy Taylor was a teacher as well as a jazz musician.
I really don't know what I can ask questions about this fucking paint.
Do you want us to tell her how this colour came about?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
know, if you've got
Yeah. In 1996, Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen identified a gap in the colour market. He wanted a shade lighter than aubergine sunset, but darker than matte grey. So he worked with Dulux consistently in a lab for like 3 years. He came up with this colour. It was a massive hit for 3 months, and now it's been discontinued.
for 3 months.
It's funny because Urban Griot was a massive hit for 3 months as well before. Lawrence
Okay.
Llewellyn Bowen, man, he's just he's in the lab. He's got his coat on, his safety glasses. He's like, we must develop a new
Coat
colour.
on.
I feel like I kind of need to make a decision, don't I?
Yeah, let's move it along.
And I
here,
definitely
Kris.
Gotta
can't
ask
ask any
about
more
beards.
questions about Dulux.
What size tins do they come in?
Well, it's discontinued now.
Oh,
Yeah.
how much is a tin
Well-
worth now?
Collect item.
Well, loads on eBay that can go for about 100 quid for 2 litres, but it was revamped by a modern French paint company in 2006 that had a good 3-month run, but
another 3 month. Can it break that 3 month?
Bowen's proper gutted, like.
He's seething.
He chopped his hair off in a fit of rage. I feel like it can't be the Dulux one, right? Like, I feel like it's such an odd name. Part of me felt like it was Coxy. There's something about you, Joe, as well, that's also making me feel like it's not true, and I'm really stuck. I feel like nobody's telling the truth. I feel like you're all lying. Push come to shove, the one that instinctually I thought was the truest from the beginning was Coxy. So I'm going to stick with Coxy and hope that the reason he started to sound like a liar towards the end was because he didn't actually have the information necessary. So final answer, Coxy. Coxy, was it you?
No.
Oh, was it Dulux?
No.
Okay, it was actually Dulux.
It was a jazz album, so I pulled the article back up. A Griot or a Griot is a West African historian, storyteller, poet, and musician. I feel like I'm an urban Griot. You know, he's living in the big city now. He's in New York, but he's doing the same thing, bringing a sense of history and continuity to teaching music. All right. So next round, Kris, you're going to be the one to pick an article, and the rest of us are going to lie to you.
Yeah, I've got Agracetus,
Right.
Agracetus, right? Start with you, Joe. How do you pronounce it?
Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I only read it. But I think, given that it's a biological term, I think it's Agracetus, and I think it's a type of sea cucumber that they found, and it was particularly important as a discovery at the time.
Coxy, do you know what Agracetus is?
It is a parasite worm that infects animals in the jungle.
Pistachios.
Sonia, do you know what it is?
I do. Yes, thank you for asking. Agracetus is it's a genetically modified soybean.
So, Joe, sea cucumber.
Yeah.
Do they have any defense mechanism?
Yeah, I mean, like sea cucumbers in general do. I think it was a video. I mean, this is rank this, but did you ever watch that video? He basically jerks it off. He's just like, "Ugh," he gives it that, and then like loads of like little tendrily things spurt out of it. It's properly weird. Yeah, so it doesn't have. I think they all can do that. This was just like a variety of sea cucumber. Its genetic makeup was that it proved something about how the ocean floor was laid out, because they were like, oh, this species should only exist here, but it can be found here.
This parasite, how does it get in the animal?
When they're drinking the water from the rivers and stuff like that, it will. Or alternatively, if there's an animal swimming in the river, up their anus.
What does it do to them?
Just like any parasite, feeds off their nutrients.
Right, so genetically modified mung bean.
Soybean.
A soybean.
Yeah.
What is this genetic modification that they've done to it?
I don't know. All I know is that the Agracetus itself isn't actually the bean. It's the laboratory where they do the GM in. So it's part of a bigger company. The Agracetus campus is part of the company that does the soybean transformation. That's what they call it.
I like how you asked Sonia and Coxy totally normal questions, but you asked me what its defense mechanisms are. Like,
How would you fight it?
Here's a totally normal follow-up question. But Joe, how do I fight a sea cucumber?
Well, basically, can I just guess who's that? Who's telling the truth?
I mean, normally we do a little bit more yes-anding, but yeah, go for it.
Oh, right. Basically, because you corrected us on the pronunciation of this, I'm gonna say it's Joe. Is telling the truth?
I'm fucking lying, pal.
Eh?
It's a soybean transformation company. Genetic modification.
Yeah, see, this is why you go for a second round of questioning, because I was about to fall apart.
That's why.
Okay, so our final round. Coxy, it's your turn to see which one of us is lying here. Will you pick an article, please?
This article is about Merau.
Meow.
So, Kris, what is Marau?
It's a small species of mouse only found in the Sahara Desert.
Right. Did I say it right, by the way?
Probably.
I can't repeat this enough. This is a text-based information game. We don't know how stuff's pronounced.
It's the goddess of death.
It is a type of alcohol that they drink in Nepal.
Going back to these small mice in the Sahara Desert.
The Merau.
Yeah. How do they live in the desert?
They spend most of the time buried under the sand, burrowing around, eating snakes and scorpions and stuff.
How big are these mice?
Burrows.
Some fucking hardcore now.
Oh yeah,
Some Pokemon style.
the solid like.
Sonia, what like mythology is this goddess of death?
Polynesian.
There's not much to yes and on that one, like Sonia. You need to.
He asked us a question, I answered it. What do you want from me?
So what is it made of?
It's made of a type of berry that grow there, the Mera berry, Mera. It's a type of wine, so it's the berries that get, much like grapes, they just get stomped on and they get fermented. It's just a type of wine. It's quite bitter, but it grows in the high altitudes and that.
Can you buy this outside of Nepal as well, or is it like?
Like a lot of wines, it doesn't really travel well. Sorry, I say a lot of wines. A lot of like young wines are like it doesn't travel well. Once it like gets jostled about a bit, it just goes a bit shit. So yeah, you can have it while you're there, but if you try to take a bottle home, it's going to be manky.
What is the lifespan of these mice, Kris?
Obviously, Sahara Desert. So about 2.5, 3 years.
It's not like the normal lifespan for mice. The horror doesn't got to do with anything.
I don't know what the average one is.
I didn't know you were a mouse pro.
It's just like it's like a normal mouse, except when he dies, he's got a tan.
And a body count.
Polynesian mythology. Can you expand on that? Or
Yeah, so Marau is, as I say, the goddess of death. In Polynesian mythology, she's kind of akin to Hades. So she's kind of like the queen of the underworld, goddess of the death and the dead. So guarding the underworld where the dead are and go.
So there's going to be some mice in the Sahara Desert just kidding, I'm about to send you to fucking Merau.
but the Merau mice are going to send me to see
Yeah.
Probably after drinking too much Marau.
After drinking, what they do, they get the absolute about 2 or 3 bottles of this, then they go out in the desert and they just get, I'm going to go and eat some snakes, like. It's basically like Buckfast.
Fingy and juice.
I don't know what else to ask about mice. I mean...
What colour are
What
they?
it looks like.
What colour are they? They just specify.
They go just brown. So
Sandy coloured.
I was going to say they have to blend in, right? They've got to...
Yeah.
And they just live... You said they just live in the sand, basically.
Well, they keep there. They don't like have the full life cycle underground. Come up for feeding. Maybe to have a bit of sunbathe and that. And
Do they like hunt in packs or something? Like, how's one
No.
going to take down a snake?
No,
what-
they're like,
how-
you ever seen them trapdoor spiders?
Ugh.
Where the bums are shaped like coins. It's kind of like that, but they don't have bum coins. So they'll make the burrow, they'll have a little hole, they'll wait till the scorpion comes past, and then they'll jump at it and gun for its neck and that.
But it's a mouse.
Scorpions have necks.
Yeah.
That's also a good point. I didn't know that.
I think Joe's telling the truth.
I'm fucking not. Who was it? Please tell us it's the mice.
Nah, it's me. I'm telling the truth again. Polynesian goddess of death in the underworld.
What do the Polynesians sound like?
It's kind of like Samoan and like New Zealand, isn't it? So it's like, I don't know, I can't do New Zealand. At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Like Marau's in the room.
Let's wrap this up. Kris, where can the people at home find you?
Nerdy Up North YouTube channel every Tuesday. Top Grumps, innit?
Sweet. Never heard of it. Sonia? Sorry, that was all.
Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/sonbons. That's Sonbon with a Z on the end.
Yeah.
Stream every Friday, Saturdays if I can. And when I have extra time, I do try and stream during the weeks. But I tend to play indie horror games, Valorant, Dead by Daylight. And at the moment, I'm doing a Akumu mode Evil Within speedrun attempt. So
Is it a
It's not
speed
going
run?
well.
Because it hasn't been going that quick. I'll be
no,
honest.
it's
I've
a
been watching.
slow run. I'm not going to lie. It's a dead run. I'm just dead constantly. It's great. Come check it out.
Great. And Coxy, what are you up to these days?
Just sitting around and that. Like,
Just I'm about.
I'm the moderator.
All right. Well, thanks for watching this week. If you've enjoyed the show, please give some sort of positive feedback, and hopefully next week we'll be back with different guests, or probably just the same people again if I can't get anyone else. That's it. Bye, everyone. Wave. Bye. Oh, I ain't getting the right headspace for this. I'm just getting. Welcome to. Someone hype us up.
Welcome to my YouTube.
Welcome
It's
to the
your
YouTube.
boy, Skinny Penis.
What's
What's up, YouTube?
up, boy? Skibbity Riz.
Welcome to my skibbity quiz.
Are you egging my grandma on the edge of Ohio, Riz? No cap.
Hello, welcome to Two of These People Are Lying, a simple quiz show about fuck this up, what's it about?
You just do a supercut of all of the really cringy and awkward attempts.
Yeah.
What up? It's YouTube.
What up, YouTube? Skibbity.
Don't forget to
Skibbity.
smash that bell with your dong on the way out. Oh, smash that bell! Oh, oh you're gonna cry.
Crying now.
I'm going for a cry. I'm gonna have a little cry.
Shit your pants.
I'm gonna piss and cum.